Hey guys, welcome back for part 2 of my Muir trail hike. You'll notice since the last edition I shaved. It's a job requirement. As I'm doing these edits, noticed that it doesn't really portray any of my interactions with other folks on the trail, and I guess most of that is due to the fact I just feel a little awkward breaking out a camera around other people. I met a lot of interesting people on the trail, whether it was the science teacher from Philadelphia that I started the trail with, 2 sisters, one from Wisconsin, one from California, the speedy young couple from the Tucson area that passed me along the way, 2 teachers from British Columbia, an older couple from Sacramento that had summited Whitney on a number of different occasions, and they were back out to do it again. The guy from Switzerland, whose German speaking ability helped me to catch a ride into Lone Pine, which I finished the trail. So there's a lot of awesome interactions, a lot of cool people out on the trail. They're definitely a big part of the experience. So unfortunately you won't be seeing any of that on tape, but it was definitely a big part of the trip. Welcome back for part 2. Without further ado, hey, let's get into beginning of day 5. Just hiked up out of Garnet Lake. Let's see what we can get to today. Again, got to make it down to Red's Meadow, about 15 miles. So hopefully that goes well. If I haven't made mention before, the trail crews that maintain these, man, they do an awesome job. Certainly appreciative of all the work they do. So. On with day 5. See you on down the trail. Alright, back on the trail this morning of day 6, leaving Red's Meadow, and yeah, it was a pretty cool place. Restaurant had good food. It's kind of a hiker magnet, so hung out with a bunch of folks that are traveling all over the place. Muir Trail, PCT, day hikers and people that are just getting a cabin for the weekend. I don't know, there's probably about 8 or 10 of us that kind of keep running into each other on the way south here, so probably see them again on down the line. Today, probably going to try to go about 10-11 miles to Duck Lake. One of the PCT northbounders had said there's a pretty good campsite there, so it's all uphill. Got about 2,200 feet of elevation gain to get there. I'll take you along for the ride and see you a little bit further down the trail. evidence of the hailstorm from last night. That storm looked pretty crazy from the other side, but I got over here and this isn't too bad at all. Not that I felt particularly safe heading up to the pass. Although there's about 3 PCT hikers up there, just cool, calm, and casual, hanging out, watching the world go by. They're almost 900 miles into their northbound through hike of the PCT, so I don't know, maybe they're just a little bit better at reading weather than I am, but they seem pretty comfortable up there. And to be honest, once you got to the top, it's pretty peaceful. Everything seems pretty stable. This little valley here is really stable. So that makes it about 9 miles for the day. I'm down off the pass now, so maybe I'll get another 4 or 5 miles in before the day's up. See if I can find a good campsite near a water source. Hadn't been talking to you much for the past couple of days because I got rained in at Purple Lake. Everything was wet. It was pretty crappy. Beautiful sunset once the storm passed, but everything was wet and nasty. My tent's been wet for about 2 days now. But it's all part of the game, so we'll see you a little bit later on down the trail. So I got my camp set up at the end of day 3, and it's a pretty good one, I think. Went about 13 miles today over Silver Pass. Kids don't go to the top of a pass during a thunderstorm. It wasn't as bad as it looked, but certainly made me speed up the pass. So covered a lot of miles today, about 14 I think. So I've got my tent set up here. Over there I've got dinner getting ready. Nobody else around. Look and see, I've got all of these cliff views. There we go. Now you can actually see some of them. 7 days. Been out here for a whole week. Trail is about 25 yards back that way. Hopefully get a good night's sleep. Hopefully it won't storm on me anymore, and we'll see you tomorrow. Packed and ready to go. Beginning of day 8. I'm gonna head to down to the turnout for VVR, Vermilion Valley Resort, which is another place where you can resupply. I'm not gonna stop there though. I'm gonna keep on going. The Bear Ridge climb that's coming up is supposed to be pretty tough. It's about 2,000 feet over 4.5 miles, and then I'll hopefully keep going past that to about 12 miles to Bear Creek, which is supposed to be a pretty tough creek crossing. So we'll see how it goes today. Knees are holding out, but things are going well. Just kind of rolling along. Finally a dry night. So I got to put my tent away dry, which was nice. Probably a little lighter too, so that was good. We'll catch you a little later on down the trail. down VVR. Maybe next time. Day 9, heading to MTR today. Didn't feel much at camp because although it was a nice flat spot with easy access to water, the mosquitoes were on a nightmarish level. So had to get up and get out of there pretty quick this morning. Rained a little bit yesterday, nothing serious, but enough that the tent's wet again, so that's fine. Got a little hot spot, kind of almost blister on my left foot to go along with that strained calf, so we kind of nursing that along and taking care of that. The mosquitoes just now got to a level that was almost acceptable, but I still got some just always stopping everywhere on me. So Seldon Pass here in a second, and then down to Muir Trail Ranch. Yeah, this will mark the halfway point. I'm actually getting ready to cross 100 miles. All right, we'll see you later on down the trail. Found this awesome place to stop and have some breakfast, well, second breakfast anyway. Peaceful spot, filled up on water. We got about 7.5 miles and 3,000 feet of descent to get to Muir Trail Ranch. So this one's probably going to hurt the knees a little bit, but beautiful day. Almost a little chilly when I stopped here, but once I get moving, I'll be sweating again. So. Yeah, beautiful day. Get down to MTR, get my resupply, get the second half of this trip figured out. So we'll see you on down the trail. Alright, so at this point in the trip, as I was pulling into MTR, I was having a particularly bad day, a little wore out, feet hurt, knees hurt. And when I got into MTR, I thought, man, it would be awesome if I could just get a cabin. I bet you that would be the best thing ever. And when I pulled in, lots of hikers around. I picked up my bucket of resupply, and I asked, hey, do you guys got any cabins available? And the wonderful lady there told me, I'm sorry, but a private group has rented out the entire ranch. We have nothing available. And to compound that, they've got a restaurant there, but it only serves people who are staying at the ranch. So no fresh food either. So this, to be honest, was a little disappointing, but it was kind of the kick in the pants that I needed to get me on down the trail. I kind of decided at that point, you know what, this isn't that difficult. Just put one foot in front of the other and get on down the trail. So I didn't stop at the Muir Trail Ranch or the hot springs that they've got there. I actually was motivated enough to get another 4 miles down the trail to these campsites that you're about to see. So a real turning point. I kind of felt like I was feeling sorry for myself and really just needed to keep moving. Yeah, definitely a turning point in the trip where I just started to realize, man, just keep putting down miles. Muir Trail Ranch represents the halfway point, so about 110 miles into a 220-mile trip. Alright, well, I think this part 2 has gotten long enough. Thanks for watching, and stick around to see part 3. Hopefully I can get this thing finished up in 3 parts, so stay tuned for the dramatic conclusion to my John Muir Trail hike. See you next time.